All right. So one of the questions, it's kind of a hot topic right now, and we get some of these questions is, should I be wearing a mask if I'm exercising outdoors? And it's a good question. I think it's warranted to ask something like that. So I just want to go back and start by saying, the CDC recommends that if you're going out in public and you can't guarantee that you're going to maintain that social distance, then it's recommended that you use some kind of cloth face covering. But I think what this really comes down to is there is sort of a common sense factor here that we have to use. If you're running in a very rural environment outdoors and you're never going to come across another person, using a mask probably isn't going to really matter for something like that. However, if you're someone who's running through the city, you're cycling through the city, you're coming to intersections, to crosswalks, to traffic lights, and there's other people on the corner, then obviously you should be wearing a mask at that point, because maintaining social distancing is going to be very difficult when there's others are around. So there's a few things that we can do to kind of help lessen coming across other individuals when we're exercising outdoors. Number one, obviously exercise alone. If you're going to go outside and run or walk or cycle, try to do that alone. This way you're not with a large group, or you're not with other individuals. Try to pick a route or a route that is, that there's not going to be that many people, or there's not going to be anybody on that route. For example, some people like to run trails and they'll never come across another person on the trail. And that'll be a great social distancing measure there. Try to adjust the time of day. If that there's more people out at lunchtime exercising, then maybe you want to try earlier in the morning, or maybe mid-afternoon, where there's not as many people out on the streets or on the sidewalks. So try to adjust the time of day, because we really just we want you to exercise. We want you to keep the cardiovascular fitness going, but we also don't want you to put yourself at risk by coming too close in contact and negating that social distancing that we need to maintain right now. So a few other things I want to mention about masks, though. Number one, if you're going to wear any kind of mask or face covering when exercising, obviously there's a physical barrier there, covering your nose and your mouth. So it's going to make breathing a lot harder than if you didn't have that on. And with exercise, we're just taking in higher volumes of air and we're blowing out higher volumes of air. So it's really going to restrict our performance or ability to exercise at previous levels. So you want to probably back off a little bit on the intensity, back off maybe on the distance or the duration that you go, at least until you can kind of get a sense of, is that mask really going to hamper my ability when I exercise? The other thing about wearing masks with exercise is it's going to create this very hot, humid environment on your face. And you have to just be careful, because you want to make sure that you're either going to replace that mask on a regular basis, or wear something that is washable, so that we don't have to worry about bacteria and your sweat on them. We just need to eliminate those areas that could cause you some discomfort down the line. So make sure that you're really taking that into account as well. Try a different kind of mask if one is feeling really restrictive. There's the surgical type masks. There's people are wearing handkerchiefs. People have some tighter fitting ones. Find one that's going to work for you if one's really bothering you while you exercise.